All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us. Welcome back. We have, the wrong screen up on that one. Like I said, I was working on some stuff in the background, so I didn't have a chance to set everything up. And then the client wouldn't launch for me for some reason, so I had to restart some stuff in the background. And yeah, obviously I'm still playing Star Savior, so shocker. I have that up in the background because I was trying to work on some infographic stuff, but yeah, apologies for a little bit of a late start there with just trying to get everything updated, but we are just a few hours away, and I say a few hours because I will be sleeping, but we get to wake up to some news on Rita. We will likely get her preview, and what's important about that is that we will also then know what to expect for how she'll work with Typhera, or at least at a high level. That will help players decide if you want to re-roll or want to roll, on Typhera before her banner goes away. Yeah, the game in the background, it's the one I did a video for, and it's the one I'm, well, here, I guess let me just, it'd be easier if I just move around some stuff really quick. I'm Soothis. How far are you on challenge missions? Not far at all, man. I got sick. I haven't had time. I wasted like a week farming decks for a Haru that didn't go anywhere. Like nope. I spent too long trying to make a video for YouTube and I just got way behind. No, the kit for Rita will be revealed at 5 a.m. Eastern, or approximately approximately 9 hours from now. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Yes, because I was doing some recording. There we go. No, my display capture. Oh, God. This is how my day's been, because I got to go to the office and everything tomorrow. So, like, I've just not been prepared for life. All right, that's not working. Anyways, to answer the question, like, this is what I'm working on in the background. So, there is a game called Star Savior that's coming out. I've spent a little bit of time on it already. I did a video. We did a stream on it. If you want to go back, watch a stream. Long story short, it is Nikke meets Epic 7 meets Uma Musume. And that's like a really weird combination of stuff. I get it, but it is quite literally... I guess I'll make this a little bit bigger. Whoop. It is quite literally exactly that. So it has like the gearing system of Epic 7. It has the stat mode of Uma Musume. And what I really like personally is that there's a good variety in actual character details. And it is a turn-based team like Honkai Star Rail is just the comparison that everybody makes. Outer Plane did it first, yada yada. Or no, not Outer Plane. There's another game that did it before Star Rail, but everyone knows Star Rail, so of course Star Rail gets all the credit. But I will have a video out on that. Or sorry, I do have one video out on that. But I will be streaming it on Thursday. We're going to be doing a reroll stream. I took the day off work just because... Actually, let me just make sure I did nothing else. Snuffalo, brother, we've been fighting for kits earlier than a day, let me tell you. And it's just not happening. Unfortunately. So trust me, as someone who wants to like prepare content in advance, I would certainly love it earlier as well. Sorry, I'm going to close off some windows in the background now. God, what was I even saying? Oh, yes, because as people know, I always do my 1 a.m. streams for the release banners. So I will be up for what is effectively 24 hours straight for Rita's release because I do stream, work, stream. But then unfortunately, Star Savior launches at 2 a.m. the next day. So I'm not sure yet how insane I'm going to be with like trying to be up at 2 a.m. after just staying up for 24 hours or like 26 hours the day prior. We will see, but you know, hey, we're we'll at least have the game up on Thursday. We'll be doing again. I took the day off work just to well, 1 to re-roll, 2 to grind through it. Because the one thing I will say is I've been doing a lot. All right, let me actually just pull it up really quickly again. Sorry, I know we're streaming Chaos Zero tonight, but it'll make more sense, and I just feel better if I talk through it. So the 30 seconds about this game is that there is one mode called Operator, which if you've played, or Operation, I think it's actually called. I call them chapters. But if you've played Nikke, just like Nikke, this game has a progression system that says, hey, as you're going through chapters and as you clear 5 missions, your overall rank is going to increase. And it does have like this idle extra resources built in. So if you are playing this game day 1, the most important thing to do is like, obviously reroll if you want to reroll, but like, don't do any of the training stuff yet. You know, don't worry so much about your story. Try to clear this damn stage that I am stuck on now as quickly as possible, because this is a major unlock for the game to try and get the free armor gear, just various unlocks in the game. Like this is the checkpoint to try and clear. So the game is pretty auto-friendly, I will say, like going through it, but this is technically day 3 and I'm still trying to progress through this. Now, again, on the Japan server, there's really not a lot of rewards. I'm going to be super honest. So like now that I've played through this and I understand where people are coming from with like the Japan and Korea release, bro, I have no idea how the devs thought this was a good idea to launch the game in this state. Like this is absolutely a joke. So I feel very blessed that we are on the Chaos Zero Nightmare side. We got it really good, I gotta say, on this side. But yeah, so obviously I've been busy with that for a couple days. I got like the BASIN to fix, and honestly, otherwise just gonna be a pretty chill stream and just trying to play a little bit of cleanup, talk about, you know, what gear we farm for Rita. Unfortunately, it is gonna be a little bit of a shorter stream just because I have to be up at like 4 a.m. Or 4:30 a.m. because of the streams at 5. And I'm gonna try to do a video before I have to go to work, so that'll be fun. Yeah, tomorrow I am basically just like cooked into oblivion for how much there's going to be going on, but I am excited for Rita's kit. I'm really hoping we wake up to good news just in terms of like what she actually does, but we will have to wait and see where that lands. And again, I gotta go through like the BASIN still, but I also will say I've spent like, we gotta be like 3,000 stamina deep at this point, and I can still not get a good 4th piece for Rita, and it is breaking my heart. Yeah, I will say, unfortunately, I am, oh, the vertical stream's messed up. I am a bit behind on the whole Great Rift, and I know I'm missing out on resources on that end. But chat, how are we feeling about Rita so far? We've gotten a couple promotional videos. We've gotten a look at least her ego skill. Her breakdown artwork is on Twitter and whatnot, which I'm sure everyone's a big fan of. But how do we feel about a Justice character that's coming in at the end of the season? I hope she'll be good. I really do hope her kit will be interesting. Because, you know, we had 9 who was, like, very simple, very straightforward. You really don't need a lot going on with her kit. Typhera was a lot more, like, complex, a lot more RNG factors, while there is still at least enough of a direction with her epiphanies to make it very easy. You know, there is still at least a little bit more variety that you could pull off with her kit. And then we really go back to Rita in terms of just what is going to be left. You know, where is she going to sit on the complexity? Yeah, long house auto because it wants me to go through all the skills. I look tired? Brother, I'm always tired. That's my secret. When you get to be as old as I am, that's the spoiler. You're always tired. Why do y'all think I always got, like, Red Bull and coffee and stuff? Yeah, I'm back up to, like, 2,600. Oh, that overlay is still messed up. I'm back up to, like, 2,600 now, but, like, that I know that's going to go through super fast. Nope. Where is that overlay I just saw? Nope, I'm on the wrong frame. All right, hopefully the alert box is fixed. And Omerly, thank you for the follow. Still crazy to me that a support character could be the best DPS for Great Rift this season. All right, so maybe that's man, I don't even know if it's a side rant because, like, I can't even complain that Typhera was bad. Like, her support kit is just fine, but, like, same thing with Narja. Like, I want dedicated characters that can actually support and not have, like, this big, oh, but we also have damage dealing. I want, let me take a step back and try to rephrase that. I would rather have a support character that gets launched that has more variety in their kit that supports more of the roster than have a damage dealing focus somewhere in there, right? I think that Creation and Destruction, at least the lower version of Harmonize is fine and a good example because you get, like, the damage, but you're also doing shielding and healing. But the higher level Creation and Destruction, I as much as it is fun to meme, I had a lot of fun with it, don't get me wrong, but I really wish that there would have been, like, a separate support channel that it could have gone, or, like, she has now some other Epiphany line that you could take to use, like, on Renoa or something, right? So maybe that's just a me thing, but I was doing a little bit of research on Star Savior, and I noticed that they have a very similar issue where, like, tanks are just not used in that game at all. And kind of, we had the same thing here for a while. Like, to be fair, I think that's just, like, a gotcha thing in general, but not that characters should always be forced into those roles, but I would really like to see them expanded more if they are going to be a control style of character. Sorry, support character, which is control in this game. Gear support would probably be less popular. I do think that is very fair. Yeah, the Time Lord animation seemed really sick. Also, Cowboy, I know that I was watching Vulcan do his rerolls. Did you reroll at all, brother? I watched him play a little bit when I was between work meetings. The game looks really good. I just really wish it didn't come out today because I gotta finish up the Chaos Zero Nightmare stuff. Basically tomorrow for me, and, like, when I get to play, is tomorrow is basically Rita's banner, and then the very next day is Star Savior, so I am cooked. I do want to give credits to the dev. How good Mika still is, like, every season I still go back and make a Source of Water Divine deck because it is just such a good flexible build for so many different teams. Like, if you are trying to build a deck in any early season, if you just take a Quad Divine Source of Water start, you're good. Like, that is the safest thing in the world to farm. Boy, how do you love void damage. All right, so I have been, just like the previous stream, I have been just stacking up all my memory fragments on Cassius. So we have like a 1-1 split here, but unfortunately extra damage and health. So like this could be improved upon. This one is at least, this I got today actually on lunch. And honestly, I'll take it at this point. Like I was not getting good defense stat anything on this one. Our Justice Chalice is still looking very rough. This one is always a little bit harder to build. And then, you know, I was going to complain about this, but at least we got 2 rolls into attack. And crit damage did low roll on this one, but at least it's something. And then for the last 2 pieces, I just always have the 2 Executioners. Oops, wrong one. Wait, who's wearing my Executioners? Oh, I guess it's on Haru right now because that's who we were testing. And then I have a 2-2 split for Executioners. I always move around. Did I try the Great Rift yet? Yes, we did try it, at least with the teams that I had. And then I got really burned out on farming for Haru, so I kind of gave up. I would be honest. I kind of just mentally skipped out of this Great Rift. Again, for those that don't know, we spent, I think I spent 5 days on stream and 2 additional days off. I'd have to like literally go back and check my VODs at this point. But I think it was 5 days on stream, 2 days off stream, and I could never get the Haru deck that I wanted to go for. And you'll notice I do have 1 flash left, so I like could have fixed these at one point, but I'm trying to save this for Rita because again, I'm gonna have a very limited window in terms of when I can work on Rita and like trying to do like a day 1 guide, day 1 video and all that stuff, versus just other stuff that'll be going on. And again, I appreciate everyone jumping in here at the stream at the start, and I've been trying to be as transparent as possible because, you know, I always believe if, you know, I want to be as transparent to the community as possible. If you're in the Discord or if you just hang out on the stream, wherever you might be joining us from, I am somebody who does not like preseason. So a lot of my motivation for the, oh no, my stream's not lagging. There we go. A lot of my motivation for Chaos Zero Nightmare during the preseason is going to tank. So for me personally, I was just looking for anything and everything to play other than, oh, you know, I should probably pull up the roadmap while I'm thinking about it. I was just looking for any other game that we can play during that time. And I will say Season 3 is like the season that I have been waiting for personally, because of all the good stuff that we are going to be getting. Let me pull this back up over here. Let me go back to screen share. Gosh darn it. All right, why is my display capture not working? First of all, what happened to my display capture? There we go. All right, I don't know why that was formatted weird. Sorry about that. Wow, so if we could zoom in a little bit. There we go. Play Slay the Spire 2? I mean, I could, but like, I am somebody who enjoys making content and like putting guides together for people. So like, that is what I like to do in my free time. I like doing guides and helping people enjoy things. Like, before all of this, I was the guy who would go help out at my locals and do demos for games that I don't even play, sort of thing, right? Like, that is just who I am as a person. I very rarely do play video games for myself. Now, again, if I wasn't enjoying Chaos Zero Nightmare, obviously I would not be playing it. There is a limitation to that statement, but if you were to ask me the last time that I like literally just played a video game for myself, like completely unplugged, did nothing, like I honestly could not tell you. It has been that long. I said Bree doesn't play Enfield anymore. Does that mean you won't play it as well? So I am still keeping up with my dailies. I'm still... Okay, so there's two things that happen, right? So for those that don't know, I hit triple hard pity in Enfield because I lost the 50-50. I got Yvonne and then had to go to 120 for Tong Tong. I was pulling on Tong Tong's weapon, went to 8 pulls, or 80 pulls technically, got her weapon, and then I tried to go do, and this is my own hubris, I guess, but I was like, dude, surely I had 130, right, because it was less than. I had 130 weapon currency pulls saved up. And I'm like, okay, I can surely get Tong Tong's weapon as well as Yvonne's, right? 160 is hard pity. I just have to get a little lucky on either one. I literally went to hard pity on both weapons, and I only got a single extra 6-star on each of them. I have not fucking low rolled so hard in a gacha in my life. And I am still burned by that. I'm going to be so honest. So like, yeah, I've logged in, I've done my dailies, but that was part of it. And then I'm kind of upset about 1.1. Like I see the Dark Knights people, I see what they're saying on Twitter. I get that people are like, "Oh, it's Arknights. They're like it's a slow burn, man. You just got to give the devs time. It's cool." The first half of 1.1 was super solid. The story was great. The pacing was solid. I was happy with it. And then it was immediately ruined by the second half. And I'm just like, why? And I just like, bro, what's going on here? And so like, and that is on top of the fact that like, I finished 1.1 in a day. So maybe this just says something about me. And like, also small caveat, for those that don't know, I played Lost Ark I streamed Lost Ark when that went live way back in the day now, but I put over 2,000 hours into Lost Ark in a year. I am somebody who wants to grind if I am going to do something. So Chaos Zero Nightmare, again, the only reason I've been able to play Chaos Zero Nightmare this long is because as much as I bitch about Haru and the bad RNG that I got, which is technically the worst RNG I've had for this game since the start, it is still the fun of getting that chase and finding that perfect deck and watching it all come together that I really enjoy. And also in Star Savior, to just make another example really quickly, since I just still have it up in the background, if you've played Uma Musume, there is, or I guess, sure, we'll just use the training cards as an example. Just like Uma Musume, there is a training mode where you get stats and you go through the event and you have to try to get the right attributes and the right upgrades and all that stuff. So the nightmare is ongoing for me. Like, I am someone who genuinely loves to chase this kind of stuff. And what's at least interesting with these characters is that for their what's it, not Arcana, what's the actual name for it? For their legacies, to use the Uma turn, is that you actually can get different passives on them in each one of these. So for new Arcana cards that come out in the future, you might have entirely new ways to play characters that were previously released. So like, again, I am way more excited in this game than I thought I was going to be, because you don't have to grind it out like Uma. You can auto skip if you want, and you don't have to engage with PvP with this game if you don't want to. You can just hit a skip button and completely ignore PvP. It literally fixes both of my issues with Epic 7 and Uma all in one go, and I was so excited for that. Fake Grand Order where there's no pity. Oh, brother, you don't even know about that. You don't even know. Yo, bro, you want to talk about Monkeygate? You want to talk about the OG? You want to talk about my OG right here? I was born in these mines, baby. Also, yes, by the way, I have a water main and we got the new water character. I got insanely lucky. Insanely lucky with Grand Blue Fantasy today. Do I know anything about Star Seed? That one, I don't think so. Yeah, the Archive. Thank you. That's what it's called. Archive. I was like, Arcana, no, but it starts with an A. Star Savior still has no PC port. It will be on Steam at launch, but not yet. I haven't seen the English version, or I should say, sorry, global global server version of Star Savior go up. Anyway, sorry, getting a little bit too sidetracked. That's just how my day has been with everything else. But Season 3, no matter what, I will be back for Season 3. Again, I'll probably do a couple videos or a couple streams, you know, throughout the preseason just to, like, talk about it. Or maybe we do, like, a fun challenge of, like, you know, take a character through a chaos, whatever save data I get is what I got to use, and then have 3 characters to make a team and, like, let that go fight Judas or something. I don't know. I don't remember if this was confirmed or not, so this might be overly wishful thinking, but I believe the devs hinted at or maybe suggested at one point that there would be more stuff to do in this preseason. Again, I might just be hallucinating that at this point because I've just been all over the place. But I think I remember there being something about preseason that was going to be different than the previous preseason that we've had. So I'll definitely dip my toe back in. But the cool part with Season 3 is that we do get, like, the hardcore endgame mode where it's going to be like, hey, you will actually break down as you're going through these boss battle, or I should say waves of enemies in the Purification Protocol. And then also for me, I am still putting a lot of faith into the corruption mode. I guess that's still a little small on screen. Sorry. Boop, boop. And I guess I'll move this over a little bit. There we go. Let's get that out of here for now. The corruption mode is going to be really interesting. So for those that don't know, corruption mode is effectively going to be an additional way to play characters that we already have. So they're going to have, like, different epiphanies. And while they haven't given us a lot of information yet, I assume that they'll do a, you know, pre-season stream just like they did before Season 2, which gives a little bit more information on this. And we know the first 2 characters are going to be Orlea as well as Hugo. Now, Orlea, I think we can all agree at this point, she kind of got her time in the spotlight. So I hope everyone's ready for, like, a whole nother season of Orlea, because you know that when they introduce something like this, it's going to be insane, right? Like, we can expect that whatever they do for these characters, it's probably going to be pretty strong. And while I think Hugo is, like, okay right now, and, like, we could definitely do well with a support that boosts extra damage. So you could do, like, a Hugo Veronica support team, right? Like, that's still one of the things that I'm waiting to see where it goes. And, like, yeah, you can do things like morale stacking with, like, Ray and Dominion. Sure, right? You can do some stuff in the game currently, but I think what's really holding back those 2 style of plays is going to be something that's really focused on the extra attack mechanic for both Hugo's Lightning Dingo as well as the Ballistas for Veronica. So hopefully we do get to see a little bit of that happening in the next season. And at least for Hugo, and I know this might be it might be overdone because we're just coming out of a season with this focus. But I would almost like to see Hugo turn into, like, a charge up style of attack where, like, you build up stacks over the course of a turn and then he just unleashes an onslaught of lightning dingoes at the enemy all at once. Think of it like Chizuru's stacking on her Shadow of the Moon sword, or Shadow of the Moon sword attack, or some other way to build it up, right? So we can expect that Hugo will change in some meaningful way once we get there, but we have to wait and see kind of where that goes from here. Still only had half a tower. Yes, also true. We got more tower updates to look forward to, which will be really nice. I pretty much just want to run that one team that I've had all the way through because I really want to see if my Narja, Calipe, and Magna team can full auto it, because, I mean, that save data was cracked that I put together. So I feel like they're a very good candidate for going through it, but we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Like, I guess Barrel's Retain Laser would have been a better example for sure. Wonder if Corruption will give her defense damage or Ghost Swifty focus. Honestly, for Orlea, or I guess, what would you guys rather see? Before I give my thoughts on it, would you rather see Orlea get, like, all new types of creations who have a different play style, or just slight modifications of her, like, Swifty, Softy, and Sturdy, you know, guys and have like different epiphanies for them. Because I don't think they said exactly which way it's going to go yet, other than different epiphanies. What runs do you mean in particular, Hotshot? And welcome, Unknowing. Hope your evening's going well. Oh, why is the, oh, chat is not loading completely, I just realized. All right, well, I'll just have the vertical chat up on the side. Hold on, so that chat is not working. Twitch is working. And YouTube normal is working. Huh. If you're on the vertical stream, sorry, I don't know why that's not pulling through, unless I just missed that initial. I'll test it myself to see if this works or not. Okay, now it's working. I just had to resync it. I have a meme or Leia save for Purification Protocol in case they have like 20 stress heal in one turn. Well, I know somebody was joking like, oh, they're probably going to have like a 99 stress or 49 stress. I always forget if it's 50 or 100, but whatever the one less than whatever the max stress is, right? If you do one thing wrong, you'll die in the Purification Protocol. I'm like, damn, bro, that's brutal. Oh, was that you? I'm like, damn, y'all just want people to die, huh? Yeah, so the corruption mode sounds like it'll be a just like toggle that you have most likely. So like you'll go into where is she? So you'll probably have like something in here that allows you to like toggle between the two versions, but it'll still be Orlea in this case. So it'll or I guess maybe it'll be like up here somewhere, and it'll be a toggle to be like, oh, swap to corruption. And you'll have like different stats and all that stuff. Yeah, I didn't want to go too far into it, but I was really hoping that we're going to get different creations, and they're definitely going to be like darker themed creations, right? Because she's obviously like, you know, a holy, I think, what, priestess? Whatever weird, not Catholic term that they gave her. Nun, whatever, right? So everything is about her kid is like holy and divine and all that stuff. I really hope the corruption leads a complete 180 on the other way. All right, let me clean out my... Rewards were delayed setting out. Good thing that does not impact me. Yes, Orlea and Hugo are getting buffs in Season 3. Also, keep in mind, we will get more... Well... I shouldn't say we will because I don't think it's technically been confirmed yet, but keep in mind they did say in a previous post that we can expect character balancing between seasons as well. Again, I don't think that's been confirmed yet for preseason, or I haven't seen anything more recent, but we can expect some other characters to get buffed. So we all know who I'm going to vote for. Chat, who would you have buffed out of the current roster? Who do you think deserves a buff? 5-star or 4-star? And yes, I don't have Rin. Don't bully me about it. All right, hey, listen, Yuki at this point, she needs a corruption mode. Let's just, we gotta give up on Yuki. I'm sorry. I'll be the one to say it. Yuki is unfortunately just, she's dead in the ditch, y'all. I'm sorry. And again, I want to be very clear. I think her AoE build is good enough if you build it correctly, but her new single target epiphany just, man, it wasn't it. probably Owen. Well, here's the thing. You know, I definitely agree with a lot of people that, you know, justice for our girl Tressa. But I definitely feel at this point, we just have to get a 5-star equivalent instead, right? Like, yes, I believe it would be better for the game if we did put Tressa into a better spot for the understanding point that everybody gets her for free. But at this point, I would also expect the devs just launch a new 5-star that, you know, can partner with Tressa, sure, but definitely kind of like takes the spotlight as our Agni, you know, person. Also, can we get some more men in the game? Real quick. I'm just gonna throw that out there, is that we need to get some more men in this game. Yeah, like I said, I think Yuki is fine. It's just, well, so Haru has the same problem, right? I definitely think we can like take a step back and kind of break down that comment a little bit more that I made. So there was a very clear design shift, in my opinion, in the game, going from Haru and Yuki, who had basically one real way to build them. Like, yeah, sure, bro, if you want to do Haru discard anchor with Renoa and do the bullet thing, be my guest, right? But if we were to look to some of the later characters in the roster, like especially, and maybe this is just a support thing, but especially if we look at Typhera, Narja, and I would even argue 9, all 3 of these have a lot more uniqueness to the different like build paths that you want to do. And even 9, for being as straightforward as she is just big bonk go crazy, she at least has within her, where's the actual card? Within Hue, right? You still have different epiphanies that can lead you into very different style of teams that doesn't, you know, go too far away from her identity. So I definitely feel like the devs have been getting better at designing the characters overall. Obviously not perfect. I think there's still, you know, other improvements we could make. Well, maybe not for the characters, but for the seasonal cards is kind of like the number one thing I still take an issue with. But I think overall they've done a pretty good job, at least with the last several that we've had. I would definitely say, like, maybe Serennial's a little bit too linear, kind of a little too stuck in what she wants to be doing, but Serennial's also just like insanely busted, so it's kind of hard to complain about Serennial. Like, I think if I were to make like an off-the-cuff statement that Serennial is bad, and by bad I mean that she doesn't have a lot of good options within her kit, people would probably look at me funny. So I'm not going to say that. And don't clip that out of context either. Yeah, Kalipe buffs is an interesting one. How would I will say for Kalipe in general, the fact that we can finally kill this card is really nice. Wait, did I get her E1 at some point? Oh, I did. Shit. I totally forgot I got her E1. Anyways, so with the recent changes, or I shouldn't say recent anymore, we're well into Season 2. We're basically at the end of Season 2. With the changes to save data and now being able to remove extra cards, brother, the fact that we can just get to freely cut this one, hell yeah. That is huge quality of life for Kalipe now. Yeah, that is the one part that feels really bad, right? Like, this is supposed to be like, oh, their big cool card, and we are once again paying for the sins of the beta, and this card, you know, previously just being a massive nuke and being beyond busted. But how would I change her kit? So I think the thing with Kalipe, though, is there's never really a position where you're not just focusing on Vulture Ejection. And I know I did that whole video where it's like, yeah, sure, if you take Vulture Ejection, and if you take specifically this version of Great Sword Aquila, and if you have the right setup, yes, Kalipe can do more damage than 9. Wowee, right? But it's not realistic, and it's not a, you know, it only works for one turn. Whatever. So, like, this is always meant to be more of a, like, side piece in the deck and not actually, like, the main focus. And she just doesn't have other cards because she's still a Vanguard and you still want shields. So you really can't change Overpower or Rally. So it leaves you with just Vulture or Greatsword. And again, I don't think you would, maybe like you could change one of these epiphanies out. I mean, and you want to trigger Celestial, right? And this one infinitely scales, which is the best for tower. So yeah, I don't know how you would reasonably, you know, kind of change it out. Because again, the value of Kalipe as a character is going to be all about doing split damage and shields so that you can stay alive. And that's why you often want to make sure that you're copying Vulture Ejection. And then if you have like your big pop-off turn with Overpower. Which one is it again? This one. So then if you have your big pop-off turns with Overpower, like I have in the Narja and Magna video, you know, you are easily getting between, what is it, 1,400 to 1,700 shields per turn, depending on buffs, depending on lineups, what have you, every single turn, while also dealing a significant amount of damage. And in the game, when you're able to heal for like 500 health a turn and shield for 1,700 turn, you're not dying. Sure, it might take you longer to get through that content, but you're not dying at least, which is really nice. And yeah, I do want to stress that Absolute Protection can be a very good card in some situations, but it is still one that I found myself when I'm trying to draw through my entire deck in a turn and I'm trying to line up a very specific sequence. Absolute Protection can definitely just get in the way of things because it does have or it does give other cards in your hand retain, which means you might brick your draw in the following turn if you have too high costed of a card, which can feel really bad. So it's just one of those things that it's very, you know, niche in the situations I feel like I really can get the most value out of it. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Like I have one of those here somewhere, but, or did I delete it? Oh, no, it's the one that didn't copy all the way. But yeah, just getting like vulnerable on, and you can see this is, wait, when is this created? That was this season, right? When it was January. Might have been before this season. But yeah, you can see that like I had the vulnerable ones. One of them didn't copy correctly, but like this is a lot of fun, man. Just being able to have someone who can apply a bunch of vulnerable and just keep stacking itself is quite nice. Because again, with vulnerable, especially after this season rotates, right? Like let's assume that Rita is going to be another heavy hitter because of the memory fragment set, right? Your options for boosting Rita's damage is going to be vulnerable or Leia stacking, and now with Typhera's ability to stack up through Event Horizon. That's it. That is all we got for damage stacking on heavy hitting characters. So you might be a little limited if you don't have those other characters, or as I always like to point out, and we gotta give it up for the OG, right? You can always just make the best Owen deck in existence to help guide you through if you don't have a vulnerable character. Oh man. Am I, so that's season 1 in the corner. So yeah, it must have been just before then. Am I free to play? No, because I am in the creator program, they, and that's another reason, without saying as in so many words, I have no problems paying for a gacha. Like again, I play Grand Blue Fantasy. I am someone who puts money into gachas, right? One thing I will say that I really like about Chaos Zero Nightmare is how generous they are. If you are in the creator program, they give you a ton of gems. And for me personally, I still buy the battle pass because I still believe in supporting the game and I want to give money back to the devs to keep this game going. But in Enfield, the creator program leaves a lot to be desired. So, you know, in so many other words, in Chaos Zero Nightmare, depending on missions, depending on a bunch of other stuff, you know, in Chaos Zero Nightmare, we can get anywhere between like 30 to 50 pulls a month, right? So like a very significant amount of pulls. And that's on top of this game itself being quite generous. In Enfield, I did the whole creator program. I went through a bunch of, I tried to do shorts. I did long form. I did streaming X amount of hours and all of that stuff. I am getting a single pull worth of currency. That's it. Now, it is based on the number of likes and video views and all that stuff. So, like, there is a ranking system in it. So, sucks to suck in my case, whatever. But it is extremely, extremely top heavy as a creator program. So if you are someone who is already a full-time creator, you are heavily incentivized to do their creator program and do all that stuff. But as your, call me your old man, whatever it is at this point, just for the grays that are showing, right? I'm a salary man, right? I do this for fun on the side. I only got a few hours a night that I can do this. I try to make content the best that I can, the limited time that I have. But I am not going to sit here and pull my hair out over a single pull in an entire patch period, right? For the entirety of 1.0. And again, I do recognize, I want to be very fair, that part of that is because I was not getting insane amount of views on those videos. But the one I submitted got like 25K views, and that was bad, apparently. I'm like, damn, bro, that was one of the better performing videos I had on the channel. What you mean? So I am a little bit salty on that. But to be absolutely clear, like timeline-wise, I didn't find out about that until after my triple hard pity failure. So again, I will always be very transparent if I'm enjoying something or not, my thoughts on it, what have you. I had someone ask me during the Star Savior stream, like, are you sponsored? Like, y'all, I ain't sponsored for shit. I'm just happy to be here, right? But going from a triple hard pity and losing out to then also hearing about like what I got back from the creator program, I'm just like, all right, man, like that is just the sign of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe the universe will help you out when it needs to and when it can. And that was clearly not something I need to invest my time in personally, which sucks because I do kind of like the game itself. Like, I think it is. I really want to see where the game goes. So I will still be playing it kind of offline, just making sure that I'm like keeping up, doing my dailies and all that stuff. But the Tong Tong video in short is definitely the last I'm going to be doing, because I just had to slap the content creator tag on there so I could do it as a put it towards my taxes, because I did end up spending money on the weapon arsenal so I could actually pull for the weapons and whatnot. Yeah, I want to say I have heard a lot of complaints about Arknights as well. So like I kind of knew going in that it was cooked, but man, I did not realize how bad it was, y'all. And again, full disclaimer, let's call it like it is really quick, because I want to be, while we're on this topic, right? To be clear, I am not going to be sponsored for Star Savior. As of now, I am not aware of any creator program or any type of sponsorship or extra polls or nothing. I am literally just excited for the game after having played it a little bit. So there's no other external factors. There's no, puppet master in the background. It's just me telling and being very honest with y'all. I am just looking forward to the game. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully we enjoy it. But I think it's also been, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I am actively looking for a second game to cover on the channel. One, because I don't like preseason in Chaos Zero Nightmare. I will die on that hill as long as it takes. And two, the last week of a patch just kind of sucks. Like, unless there's like something that's really engaging and like worth going and doing a challenge for, that's not just farming for the Great Rift. Usually the last week of a season is like, all right, I'm mentally checked out. I need something else to play. Yeah, and like, the other thing I want to stress too, right, is, listen, preseason is a perfect time to literally just not play Chaos Zero Nightmare. Take a break, don't get burned out, maybe spend your stamina right, do your daily whatever, but just chill out, man. Like, don't stress about having to get every little thing done in the game. So, the first preseason, I went back and I farmed all of my, or I guess, you know what, this is actually good. The one thing I will say, if you haven't done it already, preseason is really good for farming out your chaos levels. So if you haven't done these already, why did I not do 30? Oh yeah, who cares? Fuck that item. You don't need 30 for Foretold Ruin, man. Whatever. Make sure you go through and level up your chaoses, but in the preseason. It's basically the best time to do it. And I guess while we're right here, I think this is 25 for this one. Actually, you know what? After the nerf, no, man. Just ignore Okay, yeah, after the nerf, ignore blue pot. So, hey, good news. No more blue pot. Twin Stars 25 is very good. Okay, both these are very good. Get Twin Stars to 30, for sure. And this is... Man, this is a card that is, like, so good on paper, but, like, the fact that it doesn't work with, like, 9, doesn't work with, like, Veronica. This is a good card because the Divines can be very good on it. So I would say at least 25 for this one as well. Stockpile has been less important, honestly. Like, this was really good early on, but now we're getting to the point of, like, because we can refine decks as much as we can, Stockpile's not as important. Prepare for Battle is just, like, a nice troll item. So, Swamp of Judgment really doesn't matter. And I think this one, 25, did matter, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 25 is, yeah. So, 25 in Foretold Ruin and 30 in Twin Star Shadows is what I would recommend. So, that is your... I'm going to give you all some homework. Boo hiss. I'm sorry, I know. I'm a mean old man giving you homework. My homework for you. Finish Twin Star Shadow to 30 and Foretold Ruin to 25 in preseason. Or if you've done it already, good job. Also has a neutral, 1 vulnerable all enemies. Hell yeah, that is really good. This game needs more roguelike. We are getting that in Season 3. Like I said, Season 3 is going to be a big upgrade for this game, I think. And also for me personally, like, depending on how they handle the corruption system, for me personally, that will be like the turning point of the game, that this is either going to go in a really good direction or it's going to go in a really bad direction. Now, I am going to say that with the caveat of the first corruption that we get, I will give the devs the benefit of the doubt, because, like, you rarely get things right the first time, right? So I'm going to give them a little bit of an easy pass on that, but I'm really hoping that we could, you know, see the vision, so to say, with corruption mode. Get the Rainbow Season sticker? No. For those that don't know, we spent a week straight farming Haru decks that went poorly, and then we got sick. Or no, I got sick and then I farmed Haru. Whichever one it was, man. So, like, I am not... Oh my god, let me just move myself again. Like, we're not having a good time down here, right? This is the worst I've done out of any Great Rift season so far. It's not a good time. And yeah, like, my medals, I'm sorry I forgot who asked earlier, but, like, my achievements, man, no, we're way behind. And again, I'm going to totally blame it on being sick. Plus, also, for those that don't know, I was literally gone for like 5 days working an event. For those that don't know, I cast trading card games on the side. I do a lot of work for Bandai. I might be going to Korea literally next month. I'm still waiting for them to get back to me. So if that happens, spoiler, I'm going to be gone for like a week and a half. But I will at least, if I'm gone for a week and a half, I'm going to go steal Bree's laptop so I can take it with me and still do a few videos on the road. But I won't be able to stream, and I won't be as focused on keeping up with gachas and all that stuff. In your opinion, what can be copied from Slay the Spire for the Chaos Zero Nightmare game? I have not played Slay the Spire 1 in like 4 years or something, and I have not had time to play Slay the Spire 2 yet, so I don't have any strong opinions on that one, unfortunately. Is Star Savior going to be your third gacha game for this channel? So technically I'm dropping Enfield, at least from a content lens. I'm going to play it offline in the background. But yes, I will be doing Star Savior guides on launch. Oh, is there another? Did I not do a Nebula? Oh. I guess not. Does it have necrotic or something? What is your bullshit buff? Elasticity? elasticity and no tenacity. Oh, does he have necrosis? Oh, there it is. Necrosis 1. What do I think if we can continue a Chaos is done? Oh, like an Ascension or something? Yeah, like, I know Sue and I talked about this forever ago. It would be really nice to have a, like, super great rift. Or, sorry, super chaos, not great rift. I'm looking at great rift, thinking on top of it. Super chaos that we run through with save data as a challenge. And yes, Gundam Worlds just wrapped up. Shout out to my boy Ibo, who got 3rd in Gundam. Shout out to my boy Aspira and Eggman, or both my boys Aspira and Eggman, who are casting it. Love both those guys. Yeah, that is like the group of people I usually cast games with and everything. Necrosis is you take damage when you heal. No, people were telling me that I had heard about the Last Judgment card, or whatever it's called again, that you have to do for the achievement, because everyone was asking me to make a guide on it, and I'm like, absolutely not. I would cry. I mean, well, this should be easy, right? I should just be able to use my Ironclad. What do I even have? Oh, wait, but we can't use Necrosis, so I have to do an AP. Yeah, again, guys, I have no opinions on Seven Deadly Sins, unfortunately. I saw my buddy Vulcan playing a little bit. I know he was doing his reroll stuff. I will be doing my reroll hell on Thursday for Star Savior, but we'll see. So, and again, the thing I want to stress about Star Savior, right? It is the same thing, like, you have to be okay with doing stuff like Uma, or, I mean, hey, I guess if you're in a Chaos Zero Nightmare stream, you already know, but, like, there is going to be a grind to Star Savior, even with the auto-skip feature, because you are going to be looking for better stats, or for better passives and talents and stuff. So it is going to have a lot of that stat chasing and trying to get the best character you can. Vulcan spent 4 hours re-rolling. God dang. What did he end up with on his account? Narja Veracity is... Oh, is it? Oh, shit. Oh, that means Cassius's heal would work too then, right? What the hell was this save file? Oh, but it's only a draw 1, it's not a draw 2. Ah, whatever. Is training in Star Savior similar to Chaos? No, it's actually like, I really hate to say it, but like, it is literally just 1-for-1 Uma. Like, there might be slight differences that I just didn't catch up on at first glance because I was trying to like translate and play at the same time. But it's like, it is like a roguelike where you have certain options that you have to pick going through it. And you have to choose like, oh, do I want to train on this day or do I want to rest so I maybe get better buffs in the future? So like, there is a lot of choices to make while you're doing that run. That makes it, at least in my opinion, interesting. So like, it will make for good content as well. So, Briz, my initial impression is that there's more choices than Uma, but I only played Uma at launch, so I don't know how the more recent scenarios have gone. And keep in mind, Star Savior has been out for 5 months, so I'm a little bit... I don't have a fair one-to-one comparison to make here, but there was at least more options or more things that occurred during the journey, right? It's called Journey Mode in that game. So I will have more thoughts on it once. Oh, I forgot to change my third character. I'll have more thoughts on it once we get a little bit more time with the game, but at least early on, I was impressed by what I saw. Hell yeah, I already screwed up this hand. So, facts, the thing I will say is that you can skip. There is a autocomplete for the journey or training mode. So that is a positive, I will say. Again, you will get better stats if you go through the process of just doing it. But, like, sure, if you want to skip it, you can. So unless you are someone who is, like, completely chasing the very top end of, you know, PvP and all that stuff, you can just skip it, get your stats, and have a good time with it. Definitely did that out of order, but whatever. We'll just set up some softies for the next turn, I guess. Yep, save the rest. But yeah, the last I talked to Sue about the whole Epic 7 side of things is that, like, apparently some Giga pay-to-win armor set was released that a lot of people were upset about. Again, I don't know how true that is. He said something to that effect, and I'm too dumb, I don't remember. So I think that is just something that unfortunately does happen from time to time in games. Now, I will say you do need to farm. He's super dead. You do have to worry about speed stat farming, just like Epic 7. So again, it's really crazy until you see it yourself. But Star Savior is literally Epic 7 gearing, the Nikke dupe system with, like, the 160 walls that was called a Nikke, and then the training system from Uma. Literally take those three things, smash it in a game, and that is what it is. But there's a bunch of quality of life shit that's added on top of it that doesn't make it as bad. All right, who's my last character? Can I just, like, put Ray and just, like, whatever? Do I have just, like, a shitty Ray deck I can throw on? I have exactly one Ray save. Cool. We don't have any idea what Rita's kit is going to do yet. We should have an update in, like, 8-ish hours from now. Oh, he has no tenacity bar. The Ravage does nothing. No, isn't Nikke the same way where it's like the first 3 counts towards synchronization and then the ones after that are just stat boosts? I might be misremembering. But, like, in Star Savior, you need 4 copies to break through the 160 wall. And then stuff past that is just bonus. Do you have a cooldown on the synchro system in Star Savior too, or they have a cooldown? No, they do have the cooldown quality of life, thank God. That is one thing I tested out for my video because I know a lot of people were wondering about it. I totally forgot that has a heal on it. That's unfortunate. Since I can heal through Veracity, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's going to hurt a lot if I do that. Never mind, we're good. Oh, wait, I have a 0 cost, sure. Do we have, like, a 0 left even? No, we just have the Fighting Spear, which we want to save. I only heard about how bad the monetization was in Korea. Yeah. Well, man, so I keep trying to find information on this, and I swear to God, this is just like gotcha tribalism nonsense, like at its peak, because I've been getting flooded with the same kind of comments. So there's two things here, right? Yes, they did increase the pull rate because the dupe system does not work unless you have a higher SSR rate. I believe they doubled it. I have not been able to find the exact confirmation, but it is a 4% SSR rate. That is confirmed. That is 100%. The pull rate was too low on launch. They improved it, and it feels super generous, even on my like no fucking polls account for Japan's, the server that I've been playing on. The other part is that I know a lot of people are complaining about the battle pass, and on my mother, it is just the straight same damn thing as Epic 7. Now, to be fair, I did complain about the multi-battle pass in Epic 7 as well, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And if you are a light spender, you turn a $25 10 pull into a 30 pull. Like, if you're a light spender, that is still worth the value. Like, if you're buying pulls anyways, yeah, dude, I want triple the fucking value. What do you mean? So, yeah, the biggest thing here from, like, the purely free-to-play perspective is, will free-to-play players with all the rewards that we're getting, which, by the way, is a shit ton, will they be able to get the 4 dupes that they need for 4 characters to unlock the level up wall? And as long as they can, then the game is fine. If you want to complain about PvP, man, then I can't help you on that one, but you will be able to enjoy the rest of the game, and there's guilds, there's PvE content, and stuff like that. Not to go on my soapbox too much. Whatever. I'll punch myself here. Oh, wait, it's random now. It's not a set card. Yeah, we couldn't even reduce the card that we wanted. Never mind. Oh, right, because the healing is from her ego skill, not from the card. I'm like, why do we keep healing off Ray? But yeah, I remember now. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing I say, right? Like, if you care about the top 1% of PvP, like, yeah, man, like, you just gotta accept that you're gonna be grinding out speed stats until the end of existence. But here's the thing, like, do I need to be max PvP to get some insane amount of rewards, or like my account is bricked without it? No. And again, maybe it's just been so long since I looked into Epic 7, but a lot of the rewards in, excuse me, let me be very clear. The vast majority of PvP rewards in Star Savior are not from the real-time arena. They're from the offline, desynced, whatever you want to call it mode instead. So that's a huge win, again, for me personally, because like if you're someone who wants to spend a lot of time looking up builds or just need help with a build, I mean, you will have that information available for you. And I don't know, this might be just like a me personally thinking, like speaking standpoint. I actually really do like having kind of the offline PvP, because you are able to then say, okay, a lot of people are doing XYZ strategy in this tier. I can then, because you get to scout the people, right? It's not just completely random. You get to scout who you're fighting. And then you can say, okay, I'm going to go, if you're playing XYZ in the offline arena and I can metagame against that, let me go do a couple journeys, farm up a different support, and completely counter your strategy. Now, again, there's still going to be things like, did you farm your gear? Do you have arcanas to get the right stats? All of that still plays a role, but it is at least giving you more control over how you want to tackle that, instead of RTA, where you might just get like locked out from turn 0, depending on what characters are selected or a variety of factors. So I will say, from that angle, I think they do a lot better job. Does Veiled Thorn proc an empty deck ally comp? Ooh. Good question. I don't think I've tested that. I don't think that's come up, actually. Okay, I might actually have to pay attention for this run. Yeah, I will say the one part that that I know Star Savior is lacking on, because I've been trying to research it as much as I can, you know, to educate myself as a responsible, you know, creator. Apparently tanks really suck in Star Savior, like actually unusable. Apparently there was a buff and they made them slightly better, but we might actually get another buff for global. And that's like the only thing that's like PvP oriented that I've been able to uncover about the game so far. I don't have any veracity, though. Alright, whatever. We can at least start thinning out the deck, at least. Still no veracity anyways. We can play Counterblade and get it out of the deck, at least. Yeah, we might as well cycle. We got a retain card. We can play our Counterblade. And drawing doesn't do anything here. Yeah, like, I'm sure it's a, like, a difficult thing to balance, all things considered, but I do like more variety when it's, accessible. Little late for that morale buff, but we are gonna take it. And again, the cool thing about the again, not RTA, but the offline PvP is that you can just straight skip it. Like, you queue into your, or you don't even have to queue into the match. Like, you click on this, I want to fight this guy, you hit skip, tells you if you win or lose. So it's very, you know, fast in that regard, at least. Hey, Sin. No, we're actually just we're very behind in going through it, so I'm trying to play a little bit of catch up on that regard. Just realized we're already on 4, man. This is kind of rough. I was like, surely we can just brute force this with what we have access to, and I might have been like a haha teehee JK on that. Little did I know that I needed to come in here with a real build. What do we have left in the deck? A Shackles and a Domain. I guess we can do it this way instead. We don't have a 1 cost, so we're just gonna let our shield carry us through. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I did see a couple of people like trying to put together a team for the Judgment mission. I'm just like, cool, that is an option, man, but God, I know that's not for everybody. Do we have a fighting spirit, please? All right, we're just gonna keep cycling. Yeah, we got one. Yeah, I mean, we can play a bunch of free stuff if it just keeps cycling down, I guess. Do we have any 1 cost? Not that matter? Yeah, that necrosis kind of sucks, man. I guess we can draw an attack and get our buff. I forgot about our buff from Gaia as well. It's not really a big buff, like, for this style of deck, but at least it's something. Oh, and he just went to his defense. All right, sure. How long until CZN reveal stream? About 8 hours still. Oh, we're on turn 8. That doesn't seem great for us. Shield keeping us alive like no other, brother. There you go. Another Ironclad. Please and thank you. Patches do drop on Wednesday, but we do have the preseason patch to look forward to, or the preseason stream that they always do. Bato, thank you for the follow. Don't want to use mealtime because I don't want to just chunk myself on. Actually, we could probably shield into. No, we're not going to waste our veracity stacks. Never mind. So again, quick thing to note is that I am NA East, so it's currently 8 p.m. right now, or sorry, 9 p.m. whatever time it is. The dev stream goes live at 5 a.m. my time. And then 1 a.m. the following day is when the patch itself goes live. But we should wake up to, or I should wake up to the, this is actually a really bad time to only get Ironclad level 3, I just realized. I should wake up to a news about Rita's base kit. Damn, we might be cooked a little bit. That necrosis, man, is something else. Yeah, and she is not limited, just to be absolutely clear. The devs said that they would let us know when the next limited character is going to join us. Very carefully staying alive. Oh, man. Oh, this is definitely rough, because that's going to go to level 3 on the next turn. I mean, we should be okay. Jesus, that is a lot of damage, brother. Ooh, that is not a kill. Balls. I mean, we have 8 turns here to draw into something, I guess. We can do, like, double morale stack into... Oh, we can get the... No, that should do it, actually. Because we can do experience into fighting now, which will give us another damage boost. And that'll give us a bigger damage boost than just the predators. Are you seriously not gonna crit, brother? Ray MVP, let's give it up for Ray. Let's give it up for Ray. That's my girl. That's my girl. Oh, that was super scuffed because I did not actually think about a team to go in there with. Cool. Yeah, that worked, I guess. Does morale not work? So, no, sorry. Morale does work with 9, but you have to think about what type of damage increase do we really get more value for. And so in that situation, it comes down to is adding plus 80% damage to a, God, whatever the Ironclad percentage is you know, is that better, or is adding on like a 30% modifier going to give us more damage for 9? And the question is, the answer to that question is that you always want to use multipliers when you are using characters like 9. It's why characters like Orlea and Typhera are always going to be used going forward for heavy hitting characters. So the thing I want to like stress again is that if we think about characters, right? Typhera and her event horizon, because this one does not, there's no limit on it. You can stack this infinitely. Event horizon is going to be one of the best buffs, or well, sorry. Depending on how you want to value softy stacking versus event horizon just being something you always use. I think between the two of them, event horizon is better, just because it's more realistic with archetype. Anyways, side conversation. Cards like Event Horizon that give you the multiplicative buff, and then things like Softy are always going to be giving you more value than anything that will have morale. Morale still adds to it, but that is like the last thing that you should consider. And then Softy again, increase damage amount by 35%. So yeah, unfortunately, I think a lot of, you know, if we think about a lot of, oh my God, why am I blanking on where just, can you only do the preview when you're going to go into a battle? Anyways, just for the visualization explanation. Because I don't think I have a preset set up for them yet. Nope. All right. Anyways, so what I was getting at, and I'm just going to use these two as an example. So, and again, Rita might be a very good example of this. If we assume that Rita is going to be, and I'll just make this. Sure, Kayron for the sake of the discussion, right? So if we expect that Rita will have the same like high base damage value cards that either self-damage ramping up or just anything like what we've seen for 9, then these two characters are always going to be combined together. Orlea, you can make a very efficient deck for pumping up softies. We've seen this deck or a very similar deck pretty much all season long. At this point, I feel like I'd be beating a dead horse if I were to spend any amount of time really talking about this. But the most important thing to note is that we do have growth acceleration, which is a 0 cost and can get a divine epiphany. And then if healing matters, right? Yay, healing on top of it. But this is always going to be your best thing at stacking damage, assuming you are going for like a one turn killed build, because growth acceleration is always going to target your softy. Now, on the other hand, while it is still technically the best, style of buff that you can do, Event Horizon and notably her archetype card, the Triangle, this one does cap at 300%. So Typhera is a lot better at giving you a nice damage buff consistently turn over turn, while also having one that stacks unlimitedly like Orlea's Softy. So in the couple of videos that I've done in the showcasing that I've had for like where my turn 6 buffs were at, generally, if you're at E0 for both characters and what I would call, ideal situations, the difference between Event Horizon and fully stacking on a softy, they're about equal. Now, the part where Typhera actually pulls ahead of Orlea is that while you're stacking Event Horizon, you're also getting the 300 in addition from the archetype. So it's a free 300% you get on top of that. So that is something to consider when we're thinking about like Orlea versus Typhera. Now, again, I'm not expecting either of these supports to get changed out anytime soon. So to just go back to the example of like looking at it visually, these two are always going to be together. Like you are not splitting up these two supports anytime soon. On the other hand, if I guess this did not save technically, so I will just swap these out. On the other hand, when it comes to team compositions, and if we think about where she go, Narja and Ray, these two are going to be like our multi-hit MVPs. So anything that's like Luke or Chizuru's sword, anything that's going to hit multiple times. You could also technically use the multi-hit build for Keiron if you really wanted to. I know it's more of a bad example for a lot of people, but you know, taking something like Luke, for example, who wants to spam a bunch of bullets, that's where you're going to be getting the most value out of something like the morale stacking, because a single instance of an attack, when you're adding, you know, plus 20%, it might not be a lot. But if you're adding plus 20% over like 20 attacks, then that really starts to add up in the overall damage calculation. So this is an interesting one because Ray is very, very good at having effectively a zero-cost deck for what she wants to achieve, and then she just becomes a very, you know, deck-thinning support while also giving you a lot of damage for, you know, either one-cost or zero-cost cards. So this is the one for me. It's like, okay, when is Ray going to get power crept? When are we getting the other 5-star support to go with Narja? And again, Narja and Ray have a lot of overlap. Narja does take a little bit more work, but for higher payoff, where Ray is just like a lot easier to use for a lot of players. But her kit is definitely like the next one to get, you know, power crept in so many words, because we are limited to, you know, this one's only a +3 morale effectively buff, right? Her other key card is always going to be hard capped at 4 morale. So there are like some good cards in her deck, or you can always just like throw a Dominion on her if you really want to. But ultimately, there is a bit of a limit to how much her deck can really amp up your overall damage. And yes, very good point. This is talking beyond their base forms. Now, corruption mode could change a lot of this in the next patch, in the next cycle, what have you. So once we get Orlea's corruption update, I'll definitely make a whole new guide on whatever that looks like, because hopefully it's going to be new teams and whatnot. And yeah. Yeah. So morale is always going to be the additive buff. Oops, where is our card? So where's my... it's slightly cut off on the stream, but yeah, this value right here, plus 20%. So the other way to think about morale is that is the same as the cube buff, right? The cube is a plus 25% instead. So cube, you might as well think of it as being equivalent to one permanent morale stack, which in this game is equivalent to one free divine. Because as we've seen in, God, who do I have one that has one? Or Narja, or 9 does, right? Which deck was it? Yeah, here we go. So, like, technically, I know a lot of people would argue, like, hey, Resolve counts for half of this, but, you know, one of the better upgrades that you can get often is going to be the one that gives you the Divine Morale plus Resolve, but, again, for the vast majority of characters, situations, what have you, you really only care about the free Resolve. Now, this one's extra cheeky because it gives us 2 Resolve permanently, right? So that's cool. But the additional morale here was still a free buff, and especially in 9's kit where she can't really get a lot of divines that matter, right? This is really nice to see. The cup or the sword? Shoot, which sword are you talking about? Because the obsidian sword is a multiplier buff, but if you have the rune lance, I believe it's called, I'm blanking on the name now, that one is additive. Oh, cube, yeah, cube is additive. Where is... God, I know somebody has the rune lance save data. Yeah, so this one is another good example. Like, technically, in for characters like Narja, the reason why Rune Lance is so good is because you actually get a bonus buff to both the attack side of her kit as well as the defense side. And just as a small note, this is actually really insane on Narja because it's also buffing her shields. Yeah, the way to tell is that if, and again, this, to be fair, this has not been consistent. Like, this was a big issue when the game launched. So don't even feel bad about mixing this up. But if it has the plus, it's going to be additive, which means it's going to be for multi-hit characters. And if it doesn't have the buff, it's going to get, or if it doesn't have the plus, it's going to be a multiplicative buff in this case. I believe the cube is 25 flat damage. It shouldn't be. Because if I remember correctly, morale is earlier on in the damage formula. Who has cube? Interesting. Because it does say damage amount. For some reason, I was thinking it said 2 attacks. I don't know if I have a good way to test this, but yeah, that'd be very interesting to see if it's like, if it just adds 25 to make this like one, whatever it is. Brother, you gotta be trolling with that question. I appreciate it though. No, we tried to farm Haru for like a week straight, and unfortunately whiffed nonstop. We were trying to build her vulnerable that is in the tower currently. Or excuse me, that is in the Great Rift. That if you want to copy what I would recommend. I thought it was phrased that way because it applies to attack, defense, damage, and extra attack. Ooh. That might also be true. Typhera is best in slot support for 9. In a lot of cases, yes, but both Typhera and Orlea are very good with 9. There was a time they retranslated the cube to 25 damage, but then they... Well, no, it is 25 damage now, right? Isn't that what I just said? Now y'all got me mixed up. Oh, no, it says damage amount now. Man, I don't know at this point. Huh. Good catch, though. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. I want to... Did they email me back? Nope, they did not email me back. That's fine. That's fine. No, I totally forgot I was supposed to check on something in the background for some shipping stuff, but it looks like it didn't come today either. I just didn't want to leave it out in my my mailbox if it was. Imagine trying to understand translations in CZN. That is very real. Can I show my Chizuru build? Oh god, I have not done Chizuru in forever. Oh, that was our like theory test one, but... Oh yeah, it's the wrong Karmic Flames. I remember. Morale. Yeah. This was my favorite one, though. Like, Bounded Dusk activating 2 other cards, and then the basic attack spam of Chizuru is a lot of fun. Now, I really wish the Karmic Flames was the exhaust one, but... and I gotta remember to be better about this, but, like, this is the team that I was using. Rei, Chizuru, and Veronica. I mean, they've been getting better with the translations, I will say. So, like, it used to be a lot worse. Like, obviously, it's still not perfect, but she doesn't have a new one. What does that one comment mean, Norand? Unless you just mean a new season. Like, no, Chizuru did not really change builds at all. Like this season was all about like defense-based characters, right? So someone like Chizuru really did not change in any meaningful way. Like obviously Narja could be put in here as well as if I had a more complete Narja build, but for most people, like, you know, don't have triple 5-star, so you could just use Rei, Veronica, and Chizuru. Yeah, early days was definitely a free for all when it came to like what we saw in game and trying to figure out what worked or not and all that stuff. Didn't she get a balance? No. I guess chat, keep me honest. Did Chizuru get buffs this season? I just do not remember. Like, I think Karmic Flames got changed, but like you still wanted the best one, right? Like, what else got changed on her? This is still the same. And obviously, other than the AP change. Some changes to inhibit. Yeah. Outside of inhibit, though, because like that did not matter. Sword of the Moon now merges in draw and discard. Well, wasn't that a bug? I thought they confirmed that was a bug, not a buff. And Oni Hunt got buffed. Oh, this one got more damage, right? I think is what happened. Because wasn't it always 100% damage for the other one? It's just the base damage of this got buffed. Oh, her damage stacking went up. Okay, so her builds did not change. They just got buffed. That's fine. Oh, Epiphany 3 got changed? 120 times 5? Am I ever taking that, though? Like, why? If there's no other... Other than Shadow of the Moon, if there's no other attack card, so you can't even copy it. No, I mean, like, you're always using the other ones, right? And obviously, like, this one's still going to be the best with, like, the teams you're going to be running anyways because you're getting more damage value stacking off this. Like, 1 and 4 here are still the only epiphanies you ever pick, depending on the build. I guess the trade-off here is, like, you don't feel bad if you roll into this one now. So you still take either of these, or you take the Moon Slash if you're doing, like, the basic attack spam build. Or again, if you do like the weird 0 card support, you can take the Oni Hunt upgrade, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about every fringe build that you can do with her support builds, but yeah, so she did largely stay the same, even with some changes. And again, I'll die on the hill that this is still always the correct one. Like, the only time that you care about Karmic Flames is when you need like AoE stuff, man, and like she can clean up AoE anyways, and if she can't, whoever else is in your party absolutely can. So don't put Karmic Flames in your deck, just use it once, get your debuff on the boss, and then just go to town, man. Do not want Karmic Flames in my deck as I'm really recycling. Which copy are best for the last order? Which copy are best for last order character? Oh, do you mean copy targets, like for building a deck? I'm assuming you mean Typhara. I guess let me see if I still have my slide created. Welcome to my graveyard of stuff. This is the Haru video. Ah, cool. We still have it. Yeah, I guess the question comes down to like what build are you going for? I kind of forgot that's the issue. So I know I might be alone in this because I know some people go back and forth on which version of form convergence they really want. But I personally like the Quantum Seed that can loop itself the best because you can put a draw divine on this and then make sure you never brick your draws. Tower Carry, you want to do the one that is all about splitting her shield and healing. And then the RNG nuke one is the one that I've done a lot of, or I've done a couple videos on. Support, then you're just going to want to use Quantum Seed and get a divine on it. Maybe people have over-refined this. Like, this is all my day one builds that, spoiler, all of them turned out to be good and worked out. But Typhara comes down to, and I guess I keep saying this for all characters, but Typhara, you just really do need divine draws for her kit. Because again, the biggest downside with Typhara is that none of her archetypes get additional draw. So you can just like brick your deck by not having any of this extra stuff. And I never finished my support build, right? But like I was doing something like this. What else did we get in this build? Oh yeah, and I wanted to do like a one for all, or one with all, excuse me. But yeah, this is I guess this is correct otherwise. Yeah, so I guess I kind of finished a build. Like this is good enough for a support build. I think I grabbed the wrong form convergence though, now that I think about it. Oh, yeah, I really like the, No, that is the one that I grabbed, wasn't it? I was gonna say, just for me personally, I really like the being able to change all the archetype cards because you can stack them in your hand, like, if you just need a burst of AP or a burst of damage, like, this one does come in clutch quite a bit. But yeah, I would definitely say, like, this is good enough. And then this was my... What was this one? Oh, I'd never finished that one. Damn. Yeah, there was, like... I really wanted to go to a... I wanted to do a full harmonization spam creation and destruction. Because with Typhara, her entire thing is, like, complete manipulation of AP, right? With how her archetypes work. So technically, if you wanted to, you could actually just copy this card as like the main thing, go down to 1 AP, play the card, go down to 0, pop your AP archetype, go back up to 1, spam creation and destruction again for double value, go to 0, add 0, pop your AP archetype again, go back up to 1, right? And just play this like ping pong effect with harmonization. So kind of like one of my back pocket hopes for future characters is that we do get someone who really leans into harmonization, because Typhera is really, really good at lining that up if you are like able to min-max and control your archetype spam. Now, again, I know most people will just use like a Mika to get around it, but you get more value from Typhera if you are using her kit over someone like Mika, who's not going to give you like the damage buff on top of it, right? Like Typhera is not only giving you AP like Mika and draw, she's also giving you a bunch of damage buffs on top of it. So I really hope we see more harmonization in the future. I think this will be a really underexplored right now archetype in general. Yes, there are some cards in this season that line up that way, but I hope because it's like on her base kit that we see more of it in the future. I have a creation destruction spam build which clears 71 to 75. Were you using the harmonization one too, Chronicles? How to unlock meditation in the rest area? You got to unlock it through the 0 system and making sure that you're upgrading your trees. I do not remember which part of the 0 system it was, though. I think it's in the administration tier. Also, if you haven't done this already, the cheat to going through this is do one of these at a time, unlock everything, and then reset. And then you'll have all of these permanently unlocked. And then go to the next one, unlock everything, reset it, and then do the same thing for the last one. And then you will have all the upgrades unlocked at once, even if you don't have the max amount. Yep. So thank you, Tatiki. It's here at the bottom. So, cognitive reconstruction. All right. I need a little bit of carbonation or something. So I am gonna go grab a different drink really quick here and put my coffee away. So hey, if you've been here for a while. Go drink some water. Jingle, jingle. Go drink some water, right? Maybe we'll actually... I think I have to do my, we did Nebula Distortion. I think I have to do my BASIN still. So maybe we'll just go through and clear that. And, God, I'm trying to think about what else I need to clear. So, yeah, happy to just do, like, a Q&A. If people have other questions, or if we want to, like, theory craft Rita decks, if we assume that she's going to be burst, whatever you want to do. We're going to be vibing for a little bit longer. Again, I do have to wake up super early if I want to do that video before I have to drive into the office tomorrow. So, the stream's not going to go super late today, but I am going to go grab another beverage, and we will be right back. I've got hair in my mouth. There we go. When did she release? We are still, like, you know, not a day, but a day extra away. We could also just look at the rescue banner, right? I guess, is there downtime between the two? Oh, yeah, because maintenance, right? So, yeah. Rita will go live early on Wednesday morning for those of us that are in Eastern time. Also, that reminds me, I should probably... I did make a YouTube post, but I realized that not everyone checks that. So, where's my... background slides. There we go. I'm like, trying to remember what my file name was called. Oop, there we go. Yeah, so also just quick note for those that might have missed the YouTube post or just are not following on Twitter, what have you. We will be streaming Star Savior on Thursday and Saturday this week. Thursday is going to be a reroll and heavy progression day. You know, come get those Q&As answered and all that stuff. I have been working on... I think I closed out of it already. Oh, no, it's still in the background, right? I have been working on a... Oh, it's doing this stupid glitch out. Sorry. I don't know why the Google Play, whatever the hell that is, does not work. Let's see if it does it again. What I was trying to say, I've been working on my JP account in the background to get a feel for the game. Nope, it's still glitching out. Whatever. Anyways, so we will be doing our normal Rita stream on Wednesday morning, doing our normal, you know, 1 a.m. release, hoping for the best, trying her out, doing our polls, doing our first impressions, doing our day one guides, all that stuff. And then Thursday and Saturday, we will be focused on... oops, I just clicked the wrong button on my Grand Blue. We will be focused on Star Savior. And then after that, it is just going to be a lot of vibes, unfortunately, just in terms of, like, what game has what live when and where and all that stuff. So, you know, streams beyond that. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of content to get through on any new game launch, so definitely will be Star Savior for a little bit, but I'll probably pop back in during preseason for CZN. But again, didn't want people just to think I quit CZN or anything like that, just because I will be working on it, you know, offline in the background and all that stuff. Oh, sick! That is a nice. That is a very nice C&D build. Yeah, that is pretty much exactly what I had in mind. So I'm glad that somebody was able to finish it and had good luck with it. Sick. All right, let me close out of that in the background again. Be so real. I forgot I had this open in the background this entire time, and I just have not. I have not been running anything passively. Oh, because I had to do the boss battle. That's right. What time is? Ah, shoot. You know, maybe we'll do like a journey run at the very end. I have my free 5-star coming up. Is Orlea worth it? I do already have Narjan. It just seems like overkill. So. Recanted. I'm like, what is that? Why can I not read that word? So, recanted. Keep in mind, in case you missed the roadmap, Orlea is going to be getting another buff in the next season because she's going to get a different play style for her kit that is basically going to be the corruption mode. So, it'll be new epiphanies and all that stuff to look forward to. Of course, we have no idea how good it is or anything like that, but if you are coming up on the selector, I would recommend just saving it because both Hugo and Orlea are going to be getting new playstyles that may be buffed in insane ways, right? That are truly game-changing and all that stuff. So we don't know. We have to wait and see. But for anybody, I will say that's kind of lurking in the background. If you do have your selector, you know, coming up or you're considering using it soon, I would very strongly recommend waiting for Season 3 once we get the major changes that are coming. Plus, there will be more balance changes in Season 3 as well, so that is worth, you know, the consideration. Yeah, a full DPS build would be really sick. I play using the stove client. I know that other people have had issues with it, unfortunately, but I have been playing since launch with the stove client, and I've never ran into issues with it. Oh. Okay, YouTube just died there for a second. We're good. So yeah, I think you know, my personal bet is that she'll probably keep like the creation stuff, but it'll just be more damage dealing focused. Just like a better you know, better version of Swifty probably. Because you can technically build her as a attacker if you really wanted to right now with the Swifty and stacking damage that way. Especially now that we have Typhara. Technically, Typhara was a buff to Orlea damage stacking build. At the same time, though, like if you're doing that, you might as well just stack damage on Typhara instead because you're going to get better returns on your buffs. Actually, do I have this? I guess I could pull up on my phone if I really wanted to, if this is still like glitching out like crazy. You know what? Never mind. If people want to check out the journey mode, they can join us on Thursday when the game goes live, or just check out the previous stream. I did go through quite a few journey modes in Star Savior to get an idea of what those what that activity looks like. But trust me, there's going to be enough grinding to look forward to. Simulation. Yeah, I will say I'm still... Right? They still owe us this as well. Like, I want all my breakdown stickers, man. This was, like, the thing I was looking forward to the most as well. I'm not clicking on Nia, though. Like, having this in-game and allowing people to see more builds, I think will be very interesting. I do not remember what waypoint recall is supposed to be. And then we also have, like, all the other, you know, backgrounds and stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here, man. We just gotta get it, unlocked at some point. So, I don't know why this failed, by the way. Because I was just doing it as a autoplay in the background, so we're gonna find out in real time what killed me. I keep forgetting that I can just use like my broken build for all of this too. Sure. Or wait, no. Let's, do I have her massacre instead? I don't know if this is AoE or not, but I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that I will need some type of AoE clearing. Spoiler. Oh, I will say the other thing I found out that was really nice too with Star Savior is that there is ways to grind out a couple of the super meta staple arcanas. I know someone said it was like was it Nikkei that did crystal shard farming? I forget, but it's like, you know, you get like 10 crystals a week. You farm 70 of them, you get the SSR for free, whatever the terminology was. Yo, Sue, how you doing, brother? No, I've been very checked out this this season for the Great Rift. We spent 7 days farming the Haru deck because I wanted to do a video on it, and did not finish the Haru deck in a week's worth of farming. So I kind of mentally checked out after that point. So today's just like doing some cleanup stuff, and then I don't know if Mr. Epic 7 himself has been looking at Star Savior at all, but I've been getting ready for Star Savior launching on Thursday. I've been trying to research that game and put some notes together. I also want you to check it out because I want to get your opinion on it from someone who plays Epic 7. Because I only played Epic 7 for like that little bit, right? So I don't have a strong enough opinion on it in the same way. Oh my god, that is a lot of bleeds. I think the Ballista is definitely going to kill him. Actually, did you ever play Uma Musume, Sue? I forgot if you did or didn't. Because that will be like, I think that may or may not be the breaking point for you for checking it out. Like, there is a skip feature now for the training, but the training does play a large role in this game. Or in Star Savior, I guess I should say. I had a perfect epiphany count with 2 and then immediately died to snack this. Fuck, yeah, it has just been a rough season. See, that's the other thing, man. Like, I haven't even got like screwed over by a run. I just have not been able to get the right divine on anchor shot for a week straight. And I was like, damn, bro, this is abysmal. God, all the anxieties. Oh, I forgot we had that lead in this deck. Hey, I mean, you know, the nightmare is ongoing, as they say, right? That's we've both been there, man. I lost a quad divine run that same way. Like, got the copy event and then just got, I don't remember what powered up elite it was, but got the copy event to happen to get the perfect quad divine save and then literally die the square before the boss, you know, other than the shop. And I'm like, okay, that was the worst gut punch I've had in this game. And it was the same thing where it's just like I was super unlucky with just 50% health reduction because that's the modifiers that the game wanted to throw at me, I guess. Damn, we did not get a lot of I haven't used this deck in so long. I'm trying to remember what other AP enablers. Okay, or just prevent me from drawing my combo piece that I wanted. That's fine. Let me draw out of it this way. All right. I feel a little bit better that we could at least draw into... Oh, I forgot. We got the wrong greatsword for this build. That's what the thing that was wrong. Yeah, getting Gloomy Prime on, like, bad modifiers is just the worst thing in existence. But I do also feel like it's a bit of a rite of passage for this game to, like, lose a good save, as much as it sucks to say. I guess we're just going Omega Shield then. Quickly realizing, like, we don't need Giga survivability for this build because this is my AF or like auto tower build. Definitely overkill for this. Hey, Hildebrand, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're getting excited for the Rita banner. Yeah, what a crazy week, right? We got the 7 Deadly Sins launched earlier today for those that were looking forward to it. We got Rita banner today and then Star Savior on Thursday, man. There is literally too much stuff going on this week for the gachas. Come on, counterattacks, keep going. Oh yeah, we did actually draw our entire deck in a turn. My bad. Oh, now it's gonna draw me into the burns just because? Rude. I guess we... sure, whatever. It's definitely not going to kill here, but... Hoping that Rita pairs well with Luke, that would be an interesting combination. And always grinding in Grand Blue Fantasy. Why did I start this game? Hey, listen. I told you early on, and I believe Bree said as well, because Bree will keep people honest in the Discord. We do not actively recommend people to start playing Grand Blue Fantasy. But if you always want something to do, God help us all. There's always something in Grand Blue Fantasy to be doing. Whatever. I'll just use the same team. I'm not really too concerned with it. Is this game worthy? If you like roguelike gachas, I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. I will say, I do believe Chaos Zero Nightmare is still underrated in the overall gacha sphere. Like, I know that this type of game is always going to cater to a smaller audience, but I think at least from, like, maybe it's just because I've started checking out other games as well, but I continue to be impressed and very thankful for the devs that we have compared to other games. Oh, they did? Jesus. Good call out. Well, that's a yikes from me, dog. Yeah, again, I will say that I've really loved not me getting stuff on my mic. Again, I've been really impressed. Obviously, things need to be improved as, you know, over time and whatnot, but I do truly believe the devs have been doing a great job, so I look forward to future developments for this game. And totally not just because I'm a card player either. I think it's, like, legitimately a very good game for a gacha. I hope they do something big for the, for like the 6-month anniversary for Season 3 to get, you know, more eyes on the game again. Hello once again, Moth Mummy. Yeah, I need my boy Carl at some point, man. Like, oh, what the hell is her buff? Did she just change cost one time? Is that what it was? No idea what just happened. I was not. Hey, I was reading chat. Yeah, give us Moth Mommy, please. Let's play all of our upgrades. Oh, her ability randomizes stuff? Thank you. It's one of those things where it's just like, I know I'll be like over-geared otherwise for this, so I'm just like casually playing my sequences while trying to make sure I read everything in chat. Well, I mean, Slay the Spire 2 just launched, right? Like, I think they're gonna have a hard time healing anybody up. Why? Did that, like, audio change mid-fight or something? Well, that did not sound like Vulture ejection. What the hell just happened, man? Might as well get our other stacks going. Oh, nice. Well, hey, welcome to the game. Welcome to the game, then. Yeah, it came out in October, and we've been having a lot of fun with it. See if it does the weird audio thing again. Yeah, what the hell is that? It's like her whip animation is playing every time she's getting hit. Just in rank 125. Hell yeah. How's your roulette been going for you, brother? I got my new water grand today, so I was very, very blessed by the gacha gods. Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta join us on the or no, sorry, you said idealist, not realist. I always forget the two backwards, but yeah, idealist is the we gotta ball out and hope for the best. Bria, unfortunately, has not been so lucky. She's at like 3 hits right now in 100 pulls, and I have like 11 hits in 120, I think. I stole all of her luck, unfortunately. Totally just realized there's a whole other phase to this. My bad. Yeah, whatever. We'll just use meal time to give us buffs and start the vulture ejection trigger. Yeah, it's hard to recommend using crystals before we get through roulette and we know, like, what type of account you're gonna have. Because, you know, other than getting, like, Bubs early or Percival, I mean, those are, like, key things to look out for. But other than that, it's just trying to figure out what you need for your account to help round it out. All right. We finally did it. Just in time. Nailed it. Yeah, can we just talk about how insanely power-crept Octavia's weapons are for a gacha? Like, damn, bro. Water mains eating good and also suffering at the same exact time. Like, what do you mean I need another race Velger upgrade? I almost forgot about this. Thanks for reminding me I had to buy out the shop. I did forget about this one, man. What's today's date? 16th? Jesus. Or no, not that one. Where's the or did I buy the... I guess I already pre-farmed her books. I guess I already did buy the Psionic. That was that shop. Where is the... Oh, here it is. Yes. Monthly limit on these as well, please. I always forget to go back through the shops themselves. Although I learned my lesson about the prism modules, man, or the prism lenses. I do not get lucky on this shit. Well, see, the thing is, water is a very good free-to-play element, though, because we have Uno, Hase, and Fyower. Are we the best free-to-play element? I'm trying to think now. Hold on. I just gotta, like, click through my roster really quick. I think water might actually be the best free-to-play element. Definitely not dark. Yeah, actually. Have I tried the new Barrel 4 upgrade deck? Oh, what's new about Barrel? I've done, like, Opening Fire last season. But is there new Barrel tech that I missed out on through her, like, buffs? Is Typhera a must-pull or nah? If you like characters like 9 and you want to play a bunch more big smashy characters like 9, then Typhera is going to be a must-pull. If you don't care about characters like 9 and big dummy thick swings, you can skip Typhera. Typhera works with a very particular type of roster. The other thing is, like, there's a very good chance Rita is going to be a big dummy thick swing type of character, because she has the same memory fragment, the exhaust one, right, is 9. Okay. Yeah, I tried the opening found at some point. Oh, yeah, here you go. This is like old. Yeah, back in December. So this is before we knew what save data looked like. Obviously, the launcher should be removed, but it was fun. I gotta say, like, I really wish we had more options, like for the retain side of things. It's not just the Will of Light off of Orlea. Yes, Typhera can be used as a DPS as well, but then that means you also have Orlea, which really just goes back to the conversation of it is a heavy-hitting all-in character. Yeah, so we're expecting Rita to be a... Oh, wrong one. We're expecting Rita to have high... Well, let me be very clear on my wording. Or clearer on my wording. We are expecting Rita to have high base damage cards because of the Beast Yearning set, which boosts justice damage of exhaust cards. So generally, the only characters that have, like, this type of buffs are ones that have, like, 300% plus on their base damage, and then it scales up in some way. 9 was definitely the most extreme case because she has the self-scaling hues, but I would not be surprised if we wake up tomorrow, or if I wake up tomorrow and Rita's like, oh, here's a 250% damage card for Rita that her kit revolves around. They said it was going to be a regular stream, right? Did I not? I guess I can go look at the announcement again really quick. I thought I read something like it was just going to be a normal preview. Chaos Zero Nightmare. Oh, no, my bad. It literally just says Galactic News Network. There doesn't say regular or dev-based. So, apologies. I don't know then. Just scrolling back to the other announcements. Yeah. I'm gonna assume that the I'm assuming it'll be like the same. There'll be devs dev notes at the end. All right, let me phrase it. I hope there's going to be dev notes at the end. How's the Tower of Pain? We were able to clear through the Tower of Screams on auto. Also, it's funny you mentioned the Tower of Babel. I have not been able to do that event in GBF. So I really am actually looking forward for that event to come back because I have a shit ton of rewards to look at. Also, you just reminded me I wanted to look that up. So I'm going to do that off screen really quick. Because I totally forget. Isn't it like a shit ton of gold bars and stuff? Like, it's hella reward, so... Yeah, it's like 5,000 crystals. You get sands. You get New World quartz. Oh, it's more than 5,000 crystals. I forgot about all the challenge achievements. Pays for my my blue skin. Yeah, there's gold moons. There's up. Jesus, I have a lot. That is going to be a hellish farm event. Yeah, like I said, I'm very excited to wake up and see what Rita has to offer. Check the weekly Great Rift reward. Oh, I have not done... I'm gonna be super honest. I get my one clear of Great Rift, and then I just mentally check out. I do not even remember what the rewards are for Great Rift. Yeah, I need to do those at some point. 120, 190, 270. Yeah. The thing is, like, because I also get crystals for creating content, like, I don't sweat over trying to get this. Like, I do not enjoy this Great Rift. I think this is the worst Great Rift yet for the little bit that I've played it. Mechanically, not time player investment standpoint, I guess, to be clear. So I have not interacted with the Great Rift. Yes, only the accumulated score is weekly. Which, again, is not, like, a ton of crystals, all things considered. So it's definitely not the end of the world, but... I know a lot of people, in general, were pretty negative on this cycle of Great Rift. Haven't even unlocked Great Rift yet? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I'm not even sure I got my weekly accumulation for this one either, to be honest. 10, 20, 40, 80 crystals? I will say I'm very happy, and this might be another reason why I'm slowly burning out on Enfield. I like playing Chaos Zero Nightmare because I personally don't feel pressure to do every single little thing in the game. If I feel like doing a Chaos run, I can just go do a Chaos run, right? If I want to go through the story, I can just go through the story. I don't think about the crystals and other, like, you know, little achievements along the way that I have to do. Because I'm sure I'm missing a lot of achievements for, crystals for achievements, right, over the season 2. But I'm, like, just not stressed about it. Where if it was, like, Enfield, where I'm getting, you know, 80 crystals per achievement and it's 500 crystals for a pole, I'm very stressed. Which ironically reminds me that I need to go do some Enfield stuff as well before I, I gotta do some Enfield stuff, before I pass out as well. Yeah, exactly. Like there's just so much that you know, you can interact with if you want, and there's just a lot of other stuff to enjoy about this game. Also, just like, what's it called? What is the Instagram thing called again? Yeah, Unigram. Bro, I haven't done this shit. And I know this has, I know this has crystals and stuff in it as well, or like prisms and whatnot. I ain't done this. Should I skip Typhera for Rita? We won't know the answer to that until another, what is that? 6.5 hours, which I will not be awake. Well, I am not staying up for. I am definitely going to be sleeping before waking up at 5 a.m. for the news, so I can make a video before I have to go into the office. So, again, apologies. Things are a little bit scuffed today because I have to go to the office tomorrow, which means I naturally have to wake up early. So I'm also going to do the video before I leave for work. And then on top of that, I'm going to be streaming at 1 a.m. when Rita's banner goes live. So I'm going to wake up early, do the video, go to work, come home, pass out for like 2 hours because that's probably all that I'll be able to sleep. And then wake up to stay up for 24 plus hours to then wake up the next day for Star Savior that launches at 2 a.m. So, the next, like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do it, like, the next 48 hours, but, as I will always say, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the content, because y'all are the only reason why I do all of this, and, like, I do enjoy, you know, celebrating new characters and, like, getting to see their kits first and, like, trying to formulate my own ideas and get them out there before anyone else, like, does a post. Because I always like doing my own first impressions. But also, I'm old, and I don't need to be doing this to my body otherwise, so. Oh, man. Yeah, the Rita stream is in, like, 6 hours, or whatever it is I just said. Yeah, and so keep in mind, that's also on top of the, where's my... Yeah, that's also on top of, like, the card game stuff I'm doing, right? Like, I just got, where's my OBS? Boop. Let me open this really quick, I guess. Like, I just got, I just got more of my, promos in for Warlord. And sorry, it's all backwards again, but... bunch of, like, full art extended Kickstarter promos that came in today. But I have a case coming of this game on Thursday, so I don't know when I'm opening and sorting that. But so on top of where is my, oh my God, where'd my sleeve just go? On top of the fact that we have effectively a new banner and a new game launching, I also have to find time to sort this case and pull out singles for locals before we play the card game this weekend. So I don't know how I'm getting everything done this week. I am probably going to recruit Bree for some of it. And other parts, I might just show up to locals and be like, sorry guys, you gotta help me sort this if you want cards. Because I simply can't do everything. And Mr. Melancholy, how we doing? Hey, I got Octavia. I still need a second one, so we'll see. Planning to build Maribel to test fixed damage against Rift Boss. Advice on team comp. Oh, I actually built that one. So the biggest thing for... I have actually a full video dedicated to this build, by the way, if you search a channel like Maribel OTK. Oop, wrong one. Wrong one. Nope, that was the meme build. Or did I only do one Shelter Strike? I thought I did... Spoiler, I worked on this video, this build a lot. No, this should be the right one. Why did I have the other one selected? I think it was this one. Yeah, it should have been this one. Anyways, so the important thing about Shelter Strike is that it is fixed damage, but your damage amplification stuff is still going to count as well as your crit damage. And the way to work around this is that actually you want to use a mirror. God, which build was it? This is why I need to put stickers on everything, because God help me, I do not remember. Or I should just look for whatever is the oldest one, right? Ah, shit, I built these all around the same time. Oh, no, it was this one. So, the trick to make this work is you actually want to use a mirror because you can stack metallization on her very easily and then pop her ego skill, which is going to immediately max out your shields for one turn. And when you do that, you're able to do like 60,000 damage in a turn with Maribel, and I'm not joking. I think I only got up to like 50k because I didn't finish the build and I only used 2 Shelter Strikes instead of 3. But like, you can get absurd damage numbers with this if you stack it up. And for your third character, you just want literally anybody who is good for drawing an AP. So like Mika can work. If you have AP Divines, you could use like Veronica. The third slot is very, very flexible for this build because you only really care about having a Mir and Maribel. Yeah, I mean that is something I will say, like, because I work from home and I am someone who is like, I otherwise make my own schedule and I schedule calls with customers whenever I want. Usually I'll always like try to space out my calls, and that usually allows me to like take a break, especially if I have a bunch of calls back to back. But like, I'll go sort a box, right, and then go back to my desk and go back to my job. So that is one of the nice things about working from home. The problem is Thursday is when my case is coming in on top of Star Savior's launch. So all of Thursday, I am either going to be making videos or streaming. And then on Fridays, I host some training calls for my team, and like I lead the what we call level up. So I always have to be like on camera for Fridays and stuff like that, and you know, talk in front of leadership and stuff like that, even if I'm working from home. So my Fridays are always, I like to say it's relaxed because I'd always rather talk to my own, you know, my own friends, my own coworkers, what have you, instead of ever talking to a customer. Like, obviously that's just a better dynamic to be working with. So Fridays are busy, but also chill in the same way that it's just like my own teams that I'm talking to. Does a mirror metallization count as fixed or just defense based? Oh, I don't actually know the wording on that off the top of my head. Okay, defense-based damage. So hers will gain... Does that mean you can do... Oh, so this would work with Narja's domain then. So I have never built... I know there is a lot of people who build the OTK metallization build for... a mirror, but I have never built it personally or like have looked into it. So that's actually really cool though. You know, it is so crazy too. Like, if you literally just reduce the cost of Amir's cards, like, she is a 5-star, man. Like, the amount of damage that you can get out of her stuff, if you just reduce the cost on some of her cards and make her not as AP hungry, she does insane work. And, like, yeah, sure, some epiphanies could be better. But yeah, I really did like this build. The Maribel video that I put together was actually, like, really cool. Actually, now I'm just curious. I'm going to go look, because I don't remember what the damage number was. I want to say it was around 50k. Oh my god, how long ago was the Maribel video? Oh, sorry, it was 30k. It would have been 50k with the third Shelter Strike. Now I remember. I do remember. I remember this now. When you not have a combatant like Haru, Yuki, and Hugo, who else should I use to beat Chaos? Just kind of some question. So do you mean you don't have a order-based character is what I'm hearing? What part of the Chaos are you struggling with? I guess the better question. Because you should be able to get to a point where you can beat any Chaos off element. But that also means that you're going to have things like, you're going to have your potentials maxed out. You're going to have really good memory fragments on your characters. Like, you will need to be more invested. And if you're not there yet, that is totally fine. Hugo, Yuki, and Haru. Sorry, I don't follow exactly what you're asking, but yeah, the one thing I will say is like a general statement for anyone who might be stuck, make sure you have your potentials maxed out for the ones that matter. And I'll just keep using Naya as an example because she is maxed out, right? The 3 most important potentials are always going to be your unique damage one, and then your crit chance and crit damage. And then also the majority of the time, this very last potential is like the other one that you want to upgrade. The other 4 are definitely not as important under the vast majority of scenarios. So if you can just focus on these 4, that it will be the most important thing for giving you a little bit more damage and helping you get a little bit more survivability as you're going through Chaos. And then other than that, of course, making sure that you have a good memory fragment set on your characters as well, because this will go a very long way for giving you extra damage, giving you extra health, you know, all that good stuff that you're going to be caring about to help clear that content. Yeah, again, Mika always just being great for going into any content for Chaos as a healer. And then I would very strongly recommend, if you have her, just throw Veronica on your team. Getting the extra free damage from ballistas every turn is really nice. Yeah, that's true. I gotta keep remembering it is a lot cheaper than the unique upgrade. Like, especially like Mika, right? Because her base card is one of the important healing ones. You know, upgrading her basic does actually help out quite a bit. I was kind of hoping we would get another tweet tonight from the CZN team, but looks like no. God, people need to stop posting Hraesvelgr grids or I'm going to lose it. I don't want to get a second weapon, man. I got to save my spark. Well, again, there will be a period of time because Typhera is not going away for like another 22 hours or whatever, right? Yeah, we still have 22 hours that this will be up. So you'll have... Oh my god, math is failing me today. 16-ish hours. You'll have 16-ish hours to decide if you want to pull on Typhera or not. But again, regardless of what Rita does, if you are somebody who enjoys heavy-hitting characters, you're going to want Typhera anyways. Like, there's no two ways around that. Like, her kit is very good. Yeah, my issue with the Octavia weapon right now is that, like, I'm at 100 pulls on the current banner, and I really don't need any flash or any spark targets other than a second weapon. So, like, it is technically in my best interest to try to get Octavia's second weapon off the free pulls, or just wait to get it later. And, like, I'm still working on my bullet farm anyways, so it's not really that big of a deal, but I'm kind of just in a... I'm in a very awkward spot right now with my sparks. Or sorry, I'm at 130 after today. So like, lucky for me, I got both Apollonia and Octavia today off a 20 pull. And I got Eustace very early, so, like, I got the first half of summer characters. I already have Eden for my second primal. I got Drang during this anniversary as well. Vera is no longer relevant in light grids. And by the way, light is, like, my second element. Like, my choices here is, like, okay, I do want Grim. Oh, it's still bugging out in the background. I want Grim because I want him anyways as, like, one of my favorite boys. Nehan's second harp got cycled out. I already have 2 uni harps. Whamdus weapon got cycled out. I would also like Charlotta in case I want to have high-level Magna Wind. I already have 3 Kaguyas. And then, like, my only other legitimate spark target right now is Overrider because I have a 150 Agni. And I'm like, I'm in such a... oh, yeah, by the way, if no one knows who this is... If no one knows, this guy on my wallpaper is Grimnir, who I just mentioned is one of my favorites. So, like, I'm very much getting to the point of I have almost everything I could ask for. And, like, I guess a second Basara weapon, but I need to spark Sandy on the next banner. So it's just like, all right, I guess I got to spark at the end of the month instead. Did I get Typhera E1? Yes, I got her E1 just because her extra buff. Oops. Her extra buff count towards Event Horizon is just nice to have, I guess. I am technically just a water main. I have not gone primal, or I have not committed to primal in a second element yet. I have 9, Typhera, Veronica, Luke, and Rin. My second team with Rin, Luke, Mika underperformed in the first team. Rin, Luke, and Mika. So, if you swap Luke or Rin for Ray, your second team will be a lot better, and you won't need to change anything. Ray is very, very good for that second team you mentioned. Can we get Veronica as guaranteed at 300 pulls on standard banner? For newer accounts, you will have a selector. I've already used my selector, unfortunately, so I can't show it. But after 300... Oh, I guess we got a pull, sure. After 300 pulls, you do get a selector of your choice. It would have been, like, right here to use, but... Ah, good call, yes. If you want to sync Rita, we do have a cooldown in our game, so you're going to want to free up that slot. Oh, yeah, like, I have Magna done in every other element. But, like, for... The only thing I'm missing right now in Light Primal is a second Sandy Sword, and Luo needs to be uncapped. So I do have two Sunstones if I want to put them into Luo. No, I'm not gonna PvP in Grand Blue Fantasy. Oops. Yeah, I need to go farm my Versusia weapon, unfortunately. That is on my that has been on my to-do list, but I've been too busy with content related stuff. All right. Sorry, I was just reading through those. Reading through a couple pings, making sure there was nothing else important. Better get Versusia summon on Stereotix? Damn, you know, it'd be so crazy, right? It would be... Oh, I guess we'll flash that really quick, but let me cycle back really quick. It would be so crazy. Damn, look at that. Damn, look at that. Like I said, please understand. I am a salaryman. I have no problem spending money on my gachas. This was so fun fact, this is also the first banner in 4 years that I've cash sparked. And it wasn't even a full cash spark, it was a partial cash spark. So we got no problem rolling for it sometimes. Fight you on Earth raids? No way. Yeah, I'm sure people will cook up some cool stuff with her, but again, I'm oh. Oops, weapons, search, SR. I'm gonna leave mine in storage for now and see if we can get the second one later on. All right, is this still glitching out? Because I did want to show one example at the end. God, it is still... I cannot figure out why this is glitching out to save my life. All right, maybe not. Again, I know I want to try to show one of the examples of the journey at the end, but unfortunately that's not going to work. So let us wrap up the stream by talking about this. I closed it already again, damn it. Kind of wrap up some final thoughts here. Actually, is Sue streaming or did he just swing by? I'm not sure if he's decided to stream after or... Nope. Okay. Cool. Where is my display again? Okay, so again, yes, for those that maybe didn't catch the start of the stream, just kind of as a recap what to expect, because again, I always try to be as transparent as possible. And also, I'm not getting sponsored for any of these streams or upcoming streams. I am just a guy who wants to play some games and make guides. You know what I'm saying? Will Star Savior be on streamer? Will have its own launcher. There is going to be a Steam version. So, I am working on some reroll guides and other images, but just as a reminder, oh, that was the old version. Whoop. Then need to see the old ugly one. So, just as a reminder, yes, we will be doing Rita's stream tomorrow. And when I say tomorrow, I really mean 1 a.m., which is technically Wednesday, which is 2 days from now, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. If you've been here for a while, yes, we will be doing a all-night stream for Rita again. I will be staying up for like 26 hours to get everything done that I want to get done. Unfortunately, I do have... that reminds me I have a dentist appointment that I probably have to move because I have like a dentist appointment at 8 a.m. and that's just not going to be fun after being awake for that long. So I'll probably have to reschedule my dentist appointment. But other than that, we are looking forward to Star Savior. I'm working on some guides in the background. The launcher's like bugging out in the background. So unfortunately, this can't really be shown on stream because I don't want to have, epilepsy warning and all that stuff. So I will have some day one guides as well as rerolls and all that stuff. We will be pulling a Vulcan special on Thursday and re-rolling for a certain character because she is just a very strong support. And I do want to spend a little bit of time re-rolling for her as well as a Arcana. And then hopefully on our Saturday stream, because the first 2 days of Star Savior is honest to goodness, just AFK farming, getting through the content, getting through all the stages before like the real game begins. Because do keep in mind, we are getting the same server basically as Japan and Korea, and the game has been out over there for 5 months already. So yes, we are getting a shit ton of rewards and free stuff and all this and all those goodies, but that means we still have to get through the content to catch up. So the good thing about Star Savior is that it will be all simultaneous launches going forward for banners and all that stuff. So no FOMO, no missing out, any of that stuff. It is going to be everybody's on the same page all to begin with. So we will be doing some more guides going forward, but there will be some kind of stream heavy content to look forward to as we ramp up with Star Savior. And I don't think I have my no, I put them all on the other file already, but very long story short, everyone's going to be pulling for this character. For re-rolling for this character. We don't know how good the collab units are yet. We'll have to wait and see. But and this is the one that everyone gets for free that I know a lot of people are excited about. Yes, Star Savior is on the 19th, but it goes live at 2 a.m. Eastern time zone on the 19th. So it'll be another very early day for me. What does shield actually scale off of? Yes, it is scales off of defense, but also keep in mind your shield total can only ever be 2 times your max health. Yes, so Hildegard is, or Hildy, or whatever her name is again, is going to be a character that is going to be, we get, what is it, Yumin, I believe is her name. We get Yumin for free, and then Hilde is going to be the premium character on launch for us. So again, maybe the collab character is insane, maybe she's not. But we're going to be figuring that out all on Thursday. So, again, I apologize. Today is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream just because I have to be up super early if I want to make the video before I have to drive into the office and all that stuff. So, definitely look forward to the Rita stream. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as it does help out a lot. And also, we will have our day one Rita guide, and then we will have a day one new reroll guide for Star Savior because, again, it will be different than the current reroll guides that are out there. Do not take those reroll guides at face or at anything more than face value because there will be different rewards, different priorities compared to what Japan and Korea had at day one. So we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you. That's the other thing. If you aren't in the Discord already, make sure to join the Discord. Listen to me. If you are going to be playing Star Savior and you are someone who is going to be grinding it out, definitely make sure to join the Discord because we will be starting a guild for Star Savior. But I'm going to be very honest. If you don't log in for 2 days, I will remove you from the guild. I'm just being dead ass serious about it right now. Again, if you tell me like, hey, I'm going on vacation or some shit, obviously I won't care. But I do know, like Epic 7, the guilds do matter a lot. So I do want to make sure that we are putting a guild together that everyone is going to benefit from. So yes, we will have a guild on day 1 for Star Savior because it is the best way to get free pulls, free skill materials, all the PvE content that is attached to the guild, right? All that stuff is very important, as I learned in Epic 7, so I will be starting one for Star Savior as well. If you type !Discord, it should drop a link. Or you can find it in the description, as well as on Twitter as well. I have a link there as well. That said, I do have to run because I set myself a hard limit at 11 because I have to do Enfield stuff offline. And I want to build out some more notes for Star Savior, right? Because I am building I'm working on 2 different day 1 guides for Star Savior in the background. So I will do my best to get all that ready in time. So otherwise, hey, tomorrow morning we should have a look at what Rita is going to be doing and helping us decide if we should be polling for Typhera or if you should be saving those roles for Rita, or as I would say, why not both? But otherwise, join us back tomorrow night as we look forward to Rita's banner. And yes, we will be putting our day 1 guide together and all that good stuff. So until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.